Welcome to T-Rex Reads. As you can see, we have lots of books. Today we are giving our fantasy book recommendations. Now these are by no means all of the fantasy books that we love, but these are some of them. I am Becky.
I'm Lauren.
And I'm Anne.
And we're going to give you our fantasy recommendations.
The first one I'm going to give you is Garth Nix. It's a real series, a series of 3. It deals with the main character who is a necromancer. She will both put people down into death and bring people back from death. And she's got this fantastic, bells. And so it's got music and death. And so that's nice. The next book is a book of 4. The 4th book just came out, The Raven Boys. It starts off really slow. It doesn't start off really like a fantasy novel for me. I almost didn't like this one to begin with and almost gave it back. And then I went, I can't give it back because it's signed by the author. There's psychics in it. There's searches for dead kings. There's pretty boys. It's fantastic. You should totally read it. And then read the rest of the books in the series because this is not
It
the
gets
best one. It gets
better.
Eon. This is a book of 2, so it's a biology. Duology.
Duology. Bi does mean 2, but in this case it's not a biology.
Not the study of living things.
It's not. I don't know. Maybe it's about biology, but...
It's not. It's dragons and Chinese culture. It was a very, very interesting read. Something that you don't find often in young adult literature.
Hashtag we need diverse books. I guess this is hashtag.
This is my 4th book and last one for this series. It's The Girl of Fire and Thorns. This is a 3-book series. We went to see the author at one of the book festivals.
The Austin Teen Book Festival before it became the Texas Teen Book Festival.
Like that last year.
But it's still in Austin.
Right. She had 3 words to describe her book, and it was navel belly bling.
Magical
navel bling.
Magical navel bling.
3 words that she used to describe this book. And obviously, that sounds like an interesting book, and we should all read it.
So the first book I have is Inkheart. So this one is really more of a middle grade book, but as you can see, it's a mammoth middle grade book. Oh, thank you. 563 pages, so it's a long book. And I won't lie, the 2nd and 3rd one can drag a little bit, but I really liked all 3 of them. It's a story about a girl named Maggie. Her dad is a silver tongue, and when he reads books aloud, characters can come out of the books. So she runs into the little boy that was a thief in Arabian Nights. So she meets the little boy that was the thief in that. And then Tinkerbell is in the book and all this other stuff. So they actually in this story go into a book, which is kind of awesome.
And there's a movie, but I would totally read the book first.
Read the book first because the book is much, much better than the movie, but the movie's alright. It's got Brendan Fraser in it, so you can at least look at him through the entire movie, so. Next is Princess Bride, which is technically an adult novel, but there's nothing inappropriate in this that a YA can't read this. You could even probably read it in middle grade.
Yep.
So as a kid, I watched this movie over and over and over and over again.
I still do.
I have it fairly well memorized. There's a lot of really fun things in here that you don't get in the movie, so it's supposed to be that he's translating the Princess Bride into English from Florin, and so he'll hit points where he's like, and here we hit a point where there's 32 pages of discussions of the hats that the princess brought with her, and we're going to skip over that because nobody cares. And there's really fun things like that, and it kind of makes you wish that there was a person like him to, abridge things like the first 2/3 of A Tale of Two Cities, which is why I don't have that book. So I'm straight up gonna read from the back of this one. This one is Bones of Fairy by Janie Lee Simner. I read the back of this in a Barnes & Noble, and I was immediately like, I'm going to read that. Magic was never meant for our world, Father said, and of course I'd agreed. That the war had ended and the fairy folk returned to their own places before I was born. We knew the rules. Don't touch any stone that glows in fairy light. Don't venture out alone into the dark. And cast out the magic born among you before it can turn on its parents. Towns had died for not understanding that much, but the memory of my sister's bones, cracked and bloody in the moonlight, haunts me still. And how do you not want to read that book? I just found out the other day that there's 3 books in this series. This is My Fair Godmother by Janet Rollison. Chrissy, this character right here, she is the only character that recurs in the other ones, so you could pick up them out of order and read them and it'd still be fine. She's a fair godmother because she's still in the training program and she's not great, so she hasn't hit the fairy godmother. She's still on a trial period. The main character wishes that everybody would like her, so she sends her and makes her Snow White, And the main character finds out that really Snow White was an idiot because she kept letting the evil witch come back over and over again. And that the 7 dwarves actually had real names, but Snow White was too stupid to remember them. So she nicknamed them Dopey and Sleepy and stuff so she could remember them. And so, like, when she finally gets Chrissy to show back up, and she's like, I don't want people to like me because I'm stupid and pretty. And she's like, I wanted people to like me, because I'm, like, smart and stuff. And she's like, oh, well, I would have thought that you would have cultivated that in yourself if that's something you would have want people to like you for.
Gregor the Overlander. It's book 1 in a 5-book series. It's by Suzanne Collins. This is the middle grade version of Hunger Games. There aren't, like, kids killing each other, but...
If you have a problem with that, then read this one instead.
Exactly. It has really similar themes. It's better. I don't know, like...
Wow.
I mean, Hunger Games is, like, amazing, but this is better. So
Lindy thinks so, too. She's not here anymore, but she thinks so, too.
Yes, she does. So, and she's
She's
right.
still with us.
She's still with us. She didn't die. Thanks for clarifying. But she's 16 and her mommy came, so she had to go home.
Magic by Angie Sage. It's the first in a 7-book series. The Septimus Heap series. Septimus Heap is the 7th son of the 7th son, who is supposed to be, like, super magical. The series is amazing and hilarious. A Snicker of Magic by Natalie Lloyd. This is magical realism, a hint of fantasy, a hint of magic, but most of it is contemporary. And there's magical ice cream. So,
I'm in. Done.
Everybody needs to read about magical ice cream. The School for Good and Evil by Soman Chainani. Hilarious. It has so many plot twists you cannot fathom where it's going.
Are there illustrations? I did the audiobook on this.
There are a few.
There's
Yeah.
illustrations. Look, there's illustrations. If you do audiobooks, the audiobook for this one is hilarious.
Yes. The illustrations are by Jacopo Bruno. Anyway.
Good job, Jacopo Bruno.
Jacopo.
So there you have it. Those are our fantasy recommendations. If you have recommendations, we all 3 love to read fantasy, both middle grade and young adult. So if you have recommendations, please put them in the comments below. Let us know. If you read any of these, let us know what you thought of them. And we will see you next time. Bye!
Ciao.
Bye.
I have a basil plant now. I named it Gansey because I forgot. I have a basil plant named Gansey.
She named her plant. She named
I
her plant,
have.
guys. She named her plant. Shut up. You named
I
your
have.
plant. Just read.
I have no pets.